Hi, good evening. I am Jean Maya Pastor, and we are tasked to present our topic, organizing for total quality management, under the subject of quality control and reliability. So first off, before we start, uh, let's define what is total quality management. So total quality management is a system of management based on the principle that every staff member must be committed to maintaining high standards of work in every aspect of company's operation. A primary focus of the TQM, or the total quality management, and most quality management systems is to improve customer satisfaction by having a customer focus, consistently meeting customers' expectations. Meaning, if you deliver a quality input, a quality process, then undoubtedly you will be having a result of a quality service or product. So there are two prerequisites for a TQM organization. First is the quality attitude that pervades the entire organization. Quality is not just a special activity supervised by a high-ranking quality director. So when you say quality, it does not only pertains to a person, or for example, the president has a drive for a quality education, then others will follow. The second one is the organizational infrastructure to support the pervasive attitude. So companies must have the means and the structure to set goals, assign them to appropriate people, and convert them into action plans. So people must be aware of the importance of quality and trained to accomplish the necessary tasks. The second prerequisite to acquire a TQM organization is to support the drive of the president or of the administration towards the quality management. The quality must have a backbone, which will support the administration. The second prerequisite to acquire a TQM organization is the organizational infrastructure must support the attitude of the persuasive one. So companies must have the means and the structure to set goals, assign them to appropriate people, and convert them into action plan. Meaning, the second prerequisite will support the administration or whoever it is who have the drive for quality. Everything must be planned already to create a very good output. So people must be aware of the importance of quality and trained to accomplish the necessary tasks. So creating a TQM organization is very sturdy at first, but once it is put it into a system, it will be easier. Organizing the TQM, the systems approach. So a system can be defined as an entity composed of interdependent components that are integrated for achievement of an objective. So when you say a system, it will be composed of different moving departments that as a collection, it will create something that the organization will follow. So the organization is a social system comprising a number of components such as marketing, production, finance, research, and so on. These organizational components are activities that may or may not be integrated, and they do not necessarily have objective or operate toward achievement of an objective. These organizational components are activities that may or may not be integrated, and they do not necessarily have objectives or operate toward achievement of an objective. Thus, synergism, a necessary attribute of a well-organized system, may be lacking as each activity takes a parochial view of operates independently of the others. This lack of synergism cannot continue under the TQM approach to strategic management because interdependency across functions and department is a necessary precondition. So meaning everyone in the department of an organization must work together. So if something happens to a part, everybody suffers. So everyone must cooperate and be connected. So the next one is the value chain management. So what is a value chain? Value chain is a string of collaborating players who work together to satisfy market demands for specific products or services. So the intention of this value chain is to increase the product of a company or the service that it renders. So value chain is a variety of supply chain activities throughout the product or service life cycle, such as determination of customer needs, production, distribution, marketing, and after-sales services. So this image is an example of a Porter's value chain, which focuses on systems and how input processed into output. So the Porter's value chain describes the activities which is common to all kind of businesses, and it is divided into two types of activities. So the bottom one is the primary activities, and the top one are the support activities. So primary activities at the bottom describes the activities which is common to all kind of business, and it is divided into two type of activities. So primary activities, which is related to physical creation, sale, maintenance, support for product or service. So they are inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and after sales service. So support activities plays also an important role in each primary activities. So if the company wants a quality output, every activities from primary activities and support activities must have TQM already. To create quality and outstanding output, the quality management must be present in every activities. For example, in CAMC, we have different stages in hiring a faculty. So it starts with an interview, then demonstration, then skills test, then final interview with the president. So from the hiring process, they are already filtering out if the faculty is qualified to teach. The next one is organizing for quality implementation. So the traditional approach to organization sees the process as mechanical assemblage of functions and activities without a great deal of attention to strategy and desired results. So this approach to building an organization structure has been criticized by Peter Drucker. What we need to know are not all the activities that might conceivably have to be housed in the organization structure. What we need to know are the load-bearing parts of the structure, which is the key activities. So key activities will differ depending on the nature of the organization, its products, and its strategy. What is a key activity in one may not be in another. So example, advertising may be a key activity in the value chain of Coca-Cola, but not in Boeing aircraft, where design is the key activity. So firms frequently fail to prioritize or identify key activities in the value chain because of a tendency to organize around the chart of accounts. Some firms focus on those activities where cost rather than quality or other source of differentiation is the major consideration. So it is very important for the president or for the administration to identify the key activity. What do you want to attain, or what activity you want to boost or to focus on. This slide tackles about the different key activities and the value to the customer. If your key activity is purchasing, so you have to improve your cost and quality of product. So from the raw materials to the process, it will greatly impact the final product. So if the key activity is engineering and design characteristics, the product must be unique. So in manufacturing, the product must be reliable. And order processing, the response time, it must be fast. So in service, customer installation, in scheduling, the response time, in inspection, the defect-free product, in spare parts, and the last one is the human resource, which the value to customer is customer training. So in order to enhance the capability of the faculty to teach, the administration must also support the faculty. The school wants a quality faculty. The administration or the company must have a drive for faculty training and other activities which will boost the skill of that faculty. So the people dimension, making the transition from a traditional to a TQM organization. So this part tells us how a traditional system is transferred into a TQM organization. So the system approach to organizing suggests three significant changes, one conceptual and two requiring organizational realignment. So the first one is the concept of the inverted organizational chart. Tells us that what is in the top is the employees and the bottom are the managers. When we say inverted organizational chart, the company must put the employees at the top and the managers are at the bottom to train and assist employees. So it's inverted. So the usual chart is the managers at the top, the administration are at the top, then the very bottom part is the employees. So in the inverted, it's the other way around. So the purpose of the inverted leadership pyramid is to maximize communication between members of an organization, create a flexible and more responsive team. So I also believe if the company will boost its employees, which is already the frontliners, a good company or good administration makes the employees a priority of their company, because the employees are the one doing all the hard work. Second one, a system of intra-company internal quality. So the quality must happen inside the company. So the quality occurs within or taking place between branches or employees of a company transactions. So every step, every process, everything must be in a systematic way. So the third one is the horizontal and vertical integration of functions and activities, which must be planned ahead of time. So in order for the company to have a good quality system, organizing a quality plan must be implemented, which states different steps and activities of the company in order to attain a quality output. So that's all. Thank you for listening and goodbye.
Good day everyone. So my reporting is a continuation of Mr. Jean Castor to the quality organizing quality by Dr. Cisno. So my topic is the people dimension. So making the transition from a traditional to a total quality management organization. So in this part of topic, so these are the three system approach to organizing suggest and a significant changes. So number one, so we have a concept of the inverted organization chart. Number two, a system of intra-company internal quality. Number three is the horizontal and vertical integration of function and activities. So these are the three organizing approach to the three significant changes. So the internal quality is based on the company, which is the product that there are need to create or to manufacture. So the next topic of mine is the roles in organization transition to the total quality management. So we have the number one is the top management role is so very critical. Number two, so these are the many of the most successful companies launch their programs by creating a quality to the council or steering committee whose members surprise the top management team. Next is some multi-dimension companies encourage a council in its division or strategic business units. So the council provides a good vehicle to management to demonstrate its leadership in the quality initiative. The next is the opinions differ as to who should lead or coordinate the total quality management effort. Next is one source suggests a new rule similar to that of a financial controller. So the rule is to justify on the basis the quality is now strategic business planning and management function. So next is the others is to disagree and suggest that the company should avoid setting up a quality bureaucracy headed by the high-profile quality director. So next is the general agreement that it should not be headed by a staff department such as personnel or quality assurance. So the process should be line or lead and given back to the business managers who implement it on a daily basis. So the next is the middle managers. So his role is to initiate or traditionally been integrative one. Next is the drivers of quality and information panel for chains both vertically and horizontally. They go between the top management and the frontline employees. Next is the implement to strategy devised by the top management by linking unit goals to strategic the objective. Next is to develop the personnel, make continuous improvement possible and accept possibility for the performance deficiencies. So the next is the small group and employee involvement of the total quality management. So number one, so we have the keeping the operation small, strengthened employee cohesiveness and gave them a feelings of responsible and pride. So small groups, so they can impact motivation, productivity, and quality. So its quality is the objective employee involvement is in small group and teams will greatly facilitate the result because of the two reasons. So number one is the motivation and the productivity. So a team structured often leads to improved productivity as a result of greater motivation results. So the greater motivation, so we have the reduced overlap and better communication, unlike the functionally based classical structure characterized by territory battles and the parochial outlooks. So there is always the danger that functional specialists may pursue their own interests with little regards for the overall company mission. So the membership in the team is particularly cross-function team reduce many of these barriers and encouragement and integrative system approach to the achievement of common objectives, those that are common to both the company and the team. So there are many success stories on the employee and the small groups. So the next is the teams for total quality management. So number one, so employee involved is one around which the management system of the TQM should be based on the quality. So it is the most important of the components of TQM, and also the most complex consider the analog of the iceberg. So approximately 10% of an iceberg is visible and 90% is hidden from a view. So imagine that the organization chart is an iceberg. So the visible 10% is top management, and the functional management, so the 90% where the true potential quality exists is comprised of the frontline supervision and the non-management employees. So does it make good sense to the tap into the 90%, which represent a reservoir of ideas for quality and productivity? So the quality circles of the total quality management, so the most widespread and employee involvement team is the quality circle, defined as a small group of employees doing similar or related work who meet regularly to identify, analyze, and solve the product quality and production problems and to improve general operation. So number one, so the task team are modification of the quality circle. And the next is the self-management work team, are the extension of quality circles but differ in one major respect. So members empowered to exercise control over their job and optimize efficiency. So that is the topic of mine in the report of together with Mr. Jean Castor. So these are the group number 2 of the topic of Dr. Cisne. Thank you very much.